Get started. All right, so our group is SportHive and we are group 9. Our group members are David, Scrum Master, me, Product Manager, Daniela, Development Team Member, and Myiah, Development Team Member.
So our value proposition centers around connecting athletes and sports enthusiasts in their local communities. By allowing users to post and view message boards by zip code, the platform can help people discover games, practices, and sport-related events in the community happening nearby. What makes us unique? We focus on local connection, simple user interface, and the ability to customize your events and your communities.
To meet our MVP goals for Sprint 1 and 2, we use simple zip code input instead of implementing a full map API. Our user profiles are basic. We postpone image uploads or social linking. And we also have moderation permissions are still pending due to time constraints. These choices help us prioritize core functionality and user privacy, but at the cost of more advanced user management and discovery features. So for board moderation and administration permissions, our ability to flag inappropriate posts and general admin controls. We also have event management, ability to RSVP to events, and we have user profile customization. So adding details to user profiles such as avatars, favorite sports or teams, or bios. We also have user interaction, so users can interact with each other by liking or commenting on other users' message boards. And we have notifications, so user can select email or push notifications for comments, likes, or event updates.
So, for our issues and next steps, our issues that we encountered included live URL connection because we had backend connection issues. So, unfortunately, the website was not able to be deployed from a live URL. And our next steps to combat any issues that we encountered were that we wanted to enhance capabilities of the event details and attendees. We also wanted to expand the customization of user profile fields. We wanted to implement moderation and admin policies. And we also wanted to conduct user testing for UI UX improvements. So now it's time for the live demo. All right. All right, so here is our website. So, sorry. Here's our website. So we're going to start by logging in, and if you don't have a login yet, we're going to create an account. And so then we're going to create an account. And once you've created your account, it's now time to log in. And something important to note here is that you have limited features here because we are not logged in yet. So once I log in, you're going to see the features kind of populate up here. So, so now here are our features. And we also wanted to implement something fun for our website. And so you can change your mode. And I personally like dark mode. So let's see it in dark mode. So what we have next is creating a community. And so that's kind of what our website is built on. We wanted to have users be able to create a community and build discussions from a more localized community. So we can do a sport. Let's say, I don't really know sports too well, but we can do soccer, and then I'll do Argentina. And then we're going to do public, but we do have multiple privacy settings. You can have invite only, password protected. You can also have a member limit. Oh, you can also have a member limit, but I'm going to leave it blank. And then we're going to have a location. So personally, I am from Orlando. So I want to see who else is from Orlando who also enjoys soccer and Argentina. So we're going to create that community. And so that we've created that community, we can use this to join a community here. And we can kind of see what other communities are out there. So let's see 32812, which is Orlando, and we can search. And so these are some of the communities that are already up there that I can join. So let's say maybe I want to join the LA Lakers. Let's say that. Let's join that. Okay. And now that I've joined that, we're going to go to our profile. And this is the communities that I've joined. So that's very fun. And so the next part, the important part is about message boards because that facilitates the discussion. And so we're going to write a post. We're going to say, I love soccer. And we're going to post. And then there, we go back, we refresh that page just by pressing message boards. And there is my message. And you can see every other message that has been posted here. And the next feature that we have is the event. And this was one of our stretch goals, and we were able to complete this. And I think it's really important because not only is a virtual discussion good, but we also wanted to make sure that we could bridge the gap between virtual and in-person meetings. So these events are just you can make it anything you want. You can see these are some of the events that we already have, but let's create a new event. Let's say SWE demo. And then we can put the date is today. And you could put a location again because we do have that location-based functionality. And this is our Gainesville zip. And then fun demo. And we can create that event. And then it's going to populate right here, which is just so great. And then the last thing is all communities. So you are able to search through the communities when under the creating a community, but we did want a separate button in the nav bar so that we could search for communities. So you can look through all the communities here. We have everything from water polo to swimming and to basketball. So you can see all the communities here. You can definitely search through them here too. Let's see. And so just the 32812 zips are going to show up. So that's super cool. And the last thing, but not least, is in the user profile. So I did show the communities that you join are going to be right here. And then when you go to edit your bio, you can put anything. I love soccer. And then you can save, and that's going to update right there, which is great. And then that's going to be it for our presentation.
All right, let me just see here. So, nothing missing from the actual presentation content itself, so that's good, obviously. Let me pull up notes. Sorry, my cat has co-opted my desk, so he's currently asleep on top of where the little tablet thing that I wrote the notes on, and I don't have the heart to move him. So, let's see here. Yeah, okay. So I'm pretty sure all of the stuff that I had written down, if I'm remembering it correctly, yeah, all of that was either answered in the demo or let me double check this. Is the other thing would be some technical implementation questions, which would probably be answered in the report. Let me check that really quick. Here. Oh, look, the cat got up. Okay, yeah. Error processing or retrieving the document. Let me refresh Canvas. It should work. If not, I might ask you to pull up the I might ask you to pull up the. Okay, let me download it. I might have an issue. Okay, no. If I download it, I can see the PDF. Okay, cool. It's just Canvas being weird. Yeah, all the technical questions that I had are in fact answered in the documentation report. They should be, but it's worth checking now just in case, because if there's something that's like obviously missing or that I would want to ask about, it's a lot easier to ask it here than it is to wait until I'm grading it and then sending you a Slack message during finals week. That still could happen. I spent a grand total of like 2 seconds on each page, just skimming through to make sure that the general sections are there and that the things that I would want to ask are in those general sections. But yeah, so that should be good on that end actually. So main thing is just make sure you get your recording uploaded at this point. And actually, there was that was the one question. So you said something about the back end issues. Just to double check and confirm, that's only when you were like trying to set up deploying it to the live URL, right? So it's still doing the same connection with localhost and whatnot, just when you deployed it.
Yes, localhost worked. I tried deploying it using render and Versal for the front end and back end,
Mhm.
but the localhost works perfectly fine.
Okay. Yeah. So what was the exact? This is mostly curiosity, not an actual issue, because deploying it was not a requirement. That's like an added thing that you would maybe want to do. But out of curiosity, so you said it was render and Versal were the what you used for it. What was the issue that you were running into?
So it was render was used for the back end,
Hmm.
and for some reason render was having an issue. It was giving me typically a cores issue.
Okay. Yeah.
Connecting with the front end supposedly was deploying fine, but it was having a hard time connecting with the
Yeah.
render back end.
Mhm.
And I did go to office hours for a couple hours. And I definitely spent many hours trying to debug it on my
Yeah.
own, but I went to office hours and they weren't able to figure it out, which made sense because it was a very complicated error for some reason. I kind of tried
Yeah. I
everything,
mean,
but
especially when so like I'm not super familiar with the like render specifically. Is that something that gives you like server access built in, or did you like were you hosting on some external other server or off your computer? What was the setup with that?
You host the backend using render. So it was just being hosted, the backend was being hosted through there and it like connected through GitHub.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean the core is just like your access permissions. That's generally the main issue with a lot of connection stuff. I mean that's for example, so like you get what's it called? You do get server access as you like a CISE student through UF like you can get a UFCISE web server for every student has access to one, but you don't get admin permissions, and that makes a lot of that connection stuff difficult. You can work around it, and I'm sure if you had infinite time, you probably would have been able to resolve it the way you were doing it as well. But it's just a bit of a pain. So yeah, again, not remotely worried that that didn't go through because it's not a requirement at all. So yeah, so that's pretty much that from my end. Again, just make sure you get the recording uploaded and we should be good to go. All
Thank you.
Thank you.
right, have a good weekend and good luck with any finals or whatever else you got going wrapping up the semester.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You
Have a good
too.
one.
Bye.
Goodbye.